Shalom. First and foremost, gonna give all glory, honor, praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Alright, just finna get into this quick lesson. I was watching earlier this morning, and I wanted to do a video on it, on blackouts, coming to Babylon the Great, aka America. Alright, I did a video on this earlier this year. I believe Trump's son, he said something about a blackout earlier this year. I looked it up, but I couldn't find nothing on it. So give me a second. I'll probably find it. Or it might have been fallout. Yeah, I think it was a fallout. I think he said fallout. Yeah.
All right.
Bearing Trump news: when the lights go out, all TV, Wi-Fi, 4G, LTE, and 5G services will go out. The emergency broadcast radio will go live. Fallout 2025. All right. So, yeah. This is what's coming. All right. Yeah, they're over there in Spain and Portugal. All right. And best believe, because, hey, I'm just going to play the video.
First, the Simpsons predicted the California wildflowers, but their next prediction is straight up disturbing. Just watch this.
Great blackout. We have no power and no prospects of getting it.
What is it? What is it? We'll never know! Don't worry, kids. The government will help. The government cannot help itself, let alone you.
And to make it even weirder, Trump just said this.
You're kidding. And I said, no, I'm not kidding. You don't have to hook into the grid, which is old and, could be taken out. If it's taken out, they wouldn't have any way to get any electricity.
And this U.S. general tells us the most valuable resource.
If we truly have an outage that is nationwide, that lasts 9 months, the EMP Commission, which is a commission that was mandated by U.S. Congress, and it has much more authority and better funding than a congressional committee. They found that as many as 90% of Americans would die.
So with how 2025 started and all those people talking about it, I went ahead and grabbed myself an off-grid book. This is the No Grid Survival Projects, and it teaches you everything you need to know to be self-sufficient. It teaches you how to make drinkable water out of air, how to protect your house using an EMP shield, and even how to make your own solar panel. So like I said, with everything going on, I needed to be safe. I highly recommend every house has this, so if you want to grab yours before it's too late, I'll leave a link down for you below.
Breaking news, 2 countries just went completely dark. A massive blackout hit Spain and Portugal. Flights delayed, trains stopped. Millions left confused. This viral video shows the panic as entire cities shut down. Are we ready for something like this?
To this bitch right.
Don't y'all find it strange on how parts of Europe just had this blackout and they don't know the real reason what caused the blackout? Shut down train systems, people couldn't use their phone, call their family members, the lights in the stores didn't work, the traffic lights didn't work, so it caused traffic to be absolutely diabolical. In just a few seconds, sent everybody that was in Spain back to the Stone Age, having to use candles and flashlights to see, because of course the power is out. And you can't say they never warned you. They did tell you to have 72 hours worth of supplies in case of an emergency. And to everybody that's out there in the world, learn from Spain. Make sure you have 72 hours worth of supplies in your house that you can self-sustain yourself without leaving the home. Make sure you...
Alright, and yeah, some of the videos was a couple months, old, but hey, this was coming. That's a plague that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is about to send, here to Babylon the Great, aka America. Alright. And we get this 2 Ezra 15 and verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand, and they stretch their arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall bring upon it. All right. But it said in that verse 11, and smite Egypt with the plagues as before. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the plagues that he, used to to plague Egypt. All right, lice. All right, the water turned into blood. All right, and another one, total darkness. And I want to get that. All right. So these people are not going. Hey, that's how you going. These people are going to lose it when total darkness is out here. All right, because we're not in no. Hey, you see the spirit of these people, the way that these people operate out here. These niggas out here are evil. All right, so that demonic spirit is gonna hop on people, to murder you, to rape you, This is Exodus 10:21. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. So, all right, so ancient Egypt, they got that darkness to where you could feel the darkness, That's how dark it was, It felt like you could feel the darkness, all right? So they couldn't see who was right next to them. They couldn't see nothing, And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. So see, it was so bad to where people wasn't moving around. The Egyptians they couldn't see. So they was just standing there, scared. All right. And guess what? Same thing's about to come back. All right. There's gonna be blackouts here. All right. There's gonna be blackouts here. You're not gonna have, all the shit that you got stored up, that people stored up, for the future. All right, because you got people out here that know about the times that we're in. All right, they understand that, hey, shit's about to get hectic out here. So they prepare their house, get the food, got ammo, whatever, But the food that they stored up, that's in a deep freezer or whatever, hey, that shit's going to be, it's not going to be able to, sustain you, So yeah, anything that you got in the fridge, freezer, deep freezer, hey, all that's going to be through. All right, because Yahweh Shema Shah, he's getting every aspect, He's not gonna miss an inch off of America. He's not gonna miss basically anyone that needs the judgment. If you're not the elect here, you're gonna get judged. And this blackout is gonna lead to many more things. So back to 2nd Ezra 15 and verse. I'll start at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So see, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and evading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, so see, it's gonna get so bad out here, basically, a cop or, a president or whatever, someone that has authority is not basically, they're not going to have no authority in that day, People are going to do whatever, they feel, They see that their family needs to eat. Guess what? They're going to break into somebody else's house and get some food from them. All right? They're going to, kill them, whatever. All right? And this is what's coming. All right, they're not going to regard, what the president, what whoever got to say. All right. So if they're, if they're bigger, stronger than somebody, guess what? They're going to take their goods. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So see. So because of their pride, all right, and everybody here in America has some type of prideful state on them. You know, got some type of prideful spirit on them, all right? You know? But guess what? The Lord's going to knock that pride down. All right? He's going to knock all pride down, all right? Through judgments, you know? Because right now, hey, you're supposed to be humbling down right now, you know? Israelite, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, that prideful spirit is supposed to be off of us. You know? Lord's supposed to, or not supposed to, but Lord allow you, you know, to receive the words. You're supposed to humble yourself down, you know? Get some. Let me see. What did it say? Man, I think it's like. Slack, yeah. I thought it was in Zephaniah, but. It might be in Joel, though. It's like I'm about to find this one, if the Lord allow me. Yep. Joel 2 and verse. And this is, you know, Joel's second chapter is very, you know, this is a prophetic, you know, chapter, you know, going into, you know, the nuclear missiles, you know, raining down upon, you know, America, all right? And the Lord, you know, he gives you, you know, he lets you know of how, or basically that the missiles going to hit here in America, and then basically all the missiles that's supposed to hit, they're going to hit, all right? And then the Lord, you know, this is his message. He was like, verse 12, therefore also now, said the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your heart, so with all your mind, all right? Turn to Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, the Lord told us, or, you know, to, you know, basically, basically meditate upon the scriptures, you know, day and night, all right? It says, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning. So see, if you're weeping and mourning, you know, you're not in a prideful state. You're in a humble, you know, shameful state, you know? And that's how you're supposed to be, because, hey, you understand that, hey, I'm fucked up down here. You know, the Lord start opening up your eyes to his ways, his true ways, and, you know, you start realizing how fucked up you are, how fucked up this world is, you know, and you just want to, you know, you're in that state of mourning, you know, hoping, you know, that the Lord would deliver you, you know, and those are the ones that's going to be delivered, you know, the ones that sigh and that cry, you know. So, yeah, so not supposed to be in a prideful spirit, you know, but these people in America, guess what? They're in a total prideful spirit, you know. So yeah, that was it on that. Just want to hit that quick point. So yeah, it said, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. So because of their pride, all right. So judgment is going to be coming down upon people that are prideful. And look at the black woman. You know, she's getting some judgment right now. You know, hundreds of thousands of jobs lost. You know, from the black woman. All right, and they was in a prideful spirit. Now they're getting knocked down. All right, and expect more. You know, expect more jobs to be lost. You know, in the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American community. You know, it says the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. So see, it's gonna be so bad to where men is gonna be afraid out here. All right. Imagine that, you know, darkness to where you could feel the darkness, you know? Your mind, you know, Lord gonna allow you niggas, you people mind to start playing games on you, you know? Lord's gonna allow you people to see, you know, demons. All right? The Lord's gonna allow you to see all types of crazy things, you know? Things that if we was to see it right now, we'll pass out. You know, we'll die just off of seeing it. And you people are gonna be able to see it, you know, and be killed by it, possibly, you know? This is a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their goods with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So yeah, man, because hey, when this blackout happen, everything's gonna stop working. Everything. All right? The way that we, you know, the food, all right, that's gonna stop. All right, water, that's gonna stop. All right. Everything is gonna stop. And people are gonna realize, oh shit, I ain't got enough food for the whole week. What am I gonna do? You know, and guess what? That evil thought gonna come up in their head. Oh shit, I remember blah blah, I remember such and such. I remember this old lady. I mean, she's old anyway. You know. I'm about to go run up in her house and, you know. It's gonna get so bad to where people are gonna be out here cooking each other, you know, eating each other, you know. So this is what's coming. So that was pretty much it, you know. So Lord willing, you know, this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, the Ba'ander, set apostle and elders, the great millstone. All right, shalom.